Hi everyone, and welcome to a special edition of In the Driver's Seat. Today we're on location at NADA in New Orleans. Joining us is Matt Leone, Chief Executive Officer at Automotive Mastermind. Since joining the company in 2020 as CEO, he has worked across the company to create an inclusive and supportive culture. Matt's strong leadership experience and broad background in the software as a service space has supported scaling the company to the next level to serve the future of the automotive industry. Matt, welcome back to In the Driver's Seat.
Great, thank you, and it's great to see you again. It's great to be here again.
It's great to have you here.
Yeah.
So last year, you shared how Automotive Mastermind has evolved from a data mining company. How has the market embraced that change?
Well, I think it's embraced it wonderfully. You know, the market's really reacted to our investment in our product and our investment in our data science, and it's shown up in record sales. We're coming off of one of our record years this year, and I couldn't be happier with the way the team's been performing, the way the market's been reacting to it. And it's shown up so much so that we're right now in a little over 15% of the dealership network, but really particularly focused on dealer groups. And we're in about 100% of the dealer groups that have, say, 20 or more dealerships. And that's something that we've really focused in on and making sure that we honed in on that side of the market. And we've always started in luxury, and we're over 50% of the luxury market, but we're really focused right now on our mass market and really expanding that out. And we're rolling out a few OEM programs in 2025, a few dealer group programs in 2025. So I think the next couple of years, the market's going to even more react to some of the things we're doing at Mastermind.
That's great. And the integration, we talked earlier about the integration with some of the other brands that you work with. Tell us about that.
Integration was a key element of our strategy, which was we did not want to be a singular closed product. So we started first integrating with all of the big DMS systems out there. We wanted to make sure we had real-time integration, but we expanded that to dual real-time integration with all the key CRMs out there, digital retailing players out there, and now a new concept of customer data platforms has been a big thing over the last couple of years. So we've integrated to CDPs that are out there, making sure that our data sits and powers and fuels any dealer's operation, no matter what technology they're using. It's a big focus for us that I think has been paying off some good dividends.
That's amazing. I mean, so you're also working with great brands like Hulk, Carfax, MarketScan, Mastermind. I mean,
Absolutely.
Those are just, it's like a team effort of really good solutions sort of working together.
When we think about fueling dealers' operations, it's because we have those assets that combined into Mastermind. And what Mastermind did for the first 12 years we were in existence was you had to have the full turnkey Mastermind product stack in order to get to Mastermind. Now with our sister companies, Polk, MarketScan, Carfax, we are able to take some of that data, leverage it to do our behavior prediction scores and create our predictions and create our models. But then how do you feed that back into a DMS, a CRM, a CDP platform? We have that capability now. So now they're not just getting the goodness of Mastermind, they're really getting the goodness of the power of what we consider S&P Global Mobility, putting all those assets together to be able to fuel dealers' operations that ultimately help them sell more cars.
That's amazing. That behavior prediction score, I've seen it in action. It's amazing. Last time we spoke, you mentioned your investment in data science and supporting dealerships with increased profitability, enhanced customer experience. How has this played out in the past year, and what's in store for 2025?
Great question. So happy to be answering this one because this is probably one of my most exciting new innovations out of Mastermind in a long time. We've had our behavior prediction score. We're the first in the market to really create something like that, which is who's about to be in market. What are the propensities? And our behavior prediction scores start off with one simple score, and we rank somebody 1 to 100 of how likely are they about to be in market. And then we kept refining that over years with our data science to say, what are they likely in the market for? What model? What make? When are they likely to be in the market? And then more importantly, how they want to do this deal. Lease, finance, cash, and score each one of those, using our power of the MarketScan relationship to be able to price vehicles with the incentives, with the OEM programs, and really calculate down to this is exactly what this customer is in the market for. But then we've wrapped it into 2025 artificial intelligence to really look at and say, if the salesperson needs those talking tracks, they need to know where they're likely to defect, why they're likely to defect, and then be able to hit a button and say, hey, give me my talk track, give me my script, give me what I need to say, arm me with that, is really at the heart of helping a dealership sales team be more efficient. And that's what I believe artificial intelligence is here to do, is augment that human experience. How do you make that salesperson more effective? The power of Mastermind is there, but you have to embed that into their process and make it super simple for them. And that's a new feature we're rolling out this year, which is something I'm really proud of. And it's that Fritz AI, which is our mascot, and that's going to be sitting in that dealership's hands, in that salesperson's hands throughout their journey. So it's always there to give them what they need to do, what they have to click on, where they have to talk to, what text they need to send out. That's something I think our dealerships are really going to take a big advantage of.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it also makes the salesperson more confident. I've seen it. I've seen the testimonials of dealers using it.
If you know what to say, when to say it, and you know that data is actionable and accurate, and the coin term we're using is actionable intelligence, which is our AI version of it. And that actionable intelligence is if you can trust it as a salesperson that this is exactly who this person is, and we know this is what I should say to them, and it's actionable, that makes them where you could walk off the street and get them quickly able to sell some cars.
I like that. Actionable AI.
Yes, we're really happy with that one too.
Not regular AI, actionable AI.
Actionable intelligence.
I like that. That's
Actionable
really
intelligence.
good.
Yep.
Really taking things to the next level. Dealers are really getting behind technology. You look around at the show and it's incredible.
Yeah.
What do you think are the biggest opportunities for dealers who plan to invest more in technology in 2025?
I think dealerships are looking at two things. Everybody I talk to in the dealer world are looking at how do I make my sales team more efficient and effective? It is your highest expense, right? Your employees.
Yeah.
And then how do I centralize the data and make it usable? I have all this data. I have CRM data and DMS data, and how do I centralize that and get leverage so that I can be more efficient with my marketing spend? Those two areas, I think Mastermind is probably the best position to solve. We do have that actionable intelligence to centralize that data, enrich, cleanse it, put some predictions or audiences in front of that. And then we have a beautiful UI that's very simple to use with an amazing field team to be able to give those sales teams some actionable intelligence, but also make them more effective, make them more efficient at what they do. So those are probably the two biggest trends I see around here is looking for that in that technology. I think they're also looking for trust, scale, size. I think those things matter. It used to be, and I've been in software probably 25 years, best in breed. I want to go all in. I'm going to pick one vendor and that's everything is going to be on one tech stack. And that's sort of nice, but you miss out on a lot. The key is, can you find vendors that are the best in breed, but make sure they're fully integrated and open? A lot of vendors aren't capable of integrating with internal and externals. And we look at it at Mastermind as we have a best in breed solution, but we want to be open to everything and anything because we know it only works when everything talks together. And so that's what I think a lot of people here are looking for is how do I find somebody that's trust, scale, and open so that I can have the best things for what I need at a dealership level. And
I guess speed comes into play as well. Like you're saying, if you can't take action with the information you've got as a salesperson, if it's cumbersome, it's not going to help you. So that whole idea of it being actionable, usable immediately.
Real time is key. So everything we do has got to be real time, and everything changes really quickly. But the thing we love at Mastermind that we tell our dealerships all the time is before they defect, before they leave, because an event or a trigger, somebody clicks on a website, they're already in market. And if you're sending out a text or you're sending out social to them, you might have a 50-50 chance of retaining them. But if you have the actual intelligence before they're even clicking on a website to warm them up, to get their phone call, to get them a marketing campaign, they don't defect. And the whole thing is how do you keep your loyalty database intact and usable? And if you really want to take advantage of your first party data, which is your single biggest asset within a dealership, you really have to leverage that data to say, I'm ahead of the curve. Before that consumer's even thinking about buying a new car, I'm already reminding them, please come back to us. We're your dealership of choice.
Just keep some kind of a rapport that's genuine. We know technology plays a huge role, like you've just said, in helping dealership teams be more successful. What would you say to leaders who are looking for the right place to start? I mean, you've kind of told us a lot, or who are just overwhelmed with the number of technology options, because there's a lot of people like that too right now. They're paralyzed by just all the choice.
There's two paths. A dealer group could be looking at this and saying, I need to deploy a centralized system. I may be looking at Salesforce, I may be looking at Marketo or Epsilon, or maybe some CDPs are out there. Those are very big, very labor-intensive projects that take perhaps a year or 2 years to deploy. And that doesn't work. The market does move a lot faster than that. So how do you get off and running and know that you can consolidate your tech stack really quickly by deploying something where you bring back the idea of the whole S&P Global assets. You've got the Carfax, the market scan, the pulp data, the Mastermind solution. You've got to jump start there. And it's a very trusted brand that's been around forever, a proven track record. You put those assets together and then you kind of build around that. I think you have a really powerful solution.
Yeah, they're powerful brands and they're all complementary. It's been so great having you with us today. I want to ask you one last question. You know, since it's NADA, what have you seen at the show so far? Apart from the historic weather event in New Orleans, what have you seen at the show so far that's really made you go, wow?
Yeah, it was definitely one of those things where it was getting here was hard, and the just seeing everybody here still is just an impressive thing. But what I see the wow is what I've gone on road shows and talked to dealerships and dealer groups. They all wanted to come to NADA this year. This year more than any other year, even though we had the snow and the challenges getting here, because they were looking for new technology. They were looking for, how do I get more efficient? And I heard that over and over again. And that was really a wow factor to me. Is I think we're on a technology cusp of evolution within dealerships that really embracing this idea of I've got to leverage some technology. And they've heard AI, they don't really understand it.
Exactly.
And so what they're looking for is get me quickly educated because I know I have to be more efficient with my sales team and I need to get them to be able to move faster. And I think they're hoping to come here and take away, okay, I know I have a couple of technology partners that can really help accelerate my business. And that was an eye-opener to me. It's just how big of an interest dealerships had to come here and be educated.
That's great. Great stuff, Matt.
Yeah.
Thank you again, and we will see you all next time for In the Driver's Seat.